New commander releases are always exciting in the world of Game of Thrones. Winter is coming. This time an alchemist from Lys, and the creator of destruction, is a key figure in the politics of Myr. This new commander seek not only to create destruction, but become the master of it. And who knows, he might revive an old style from the past.
Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. So, as the visual suggests, today we are going to talk about the most recent commander that we have in the game, Cossomo or whoever you wanna call it. It's the first bowman commander that we had in a while that is actually a PvP commander and can be used to fight people. Many bow players are excited, of course, for that, if there are that many still in the game. I'm sure there are, of course. And he brings to the table something that we have not seen before. And for some people, this is like a start of a new synergy specialized on the bowman troop type. So on paper, Cossomo is going to bring bowman attack increase, total health increase, and archer's damage increase by 7.5%. So bowman attack, simple enough, 50% bowman attack increase, 25% total health, again simple enough. But on the third attribute, the skills of archers, our archers damage is increased by 7.5%. This 7.5% is going to reflect to the counter ratio that the troops have. So if you go on some of your reports and you go to the bonus and you scroll down, this is the usual page about the counters. Most people, of course, don't pay attention to the bottom part where it's bowmen, but what Cossomo is going to bring to the table is it's going to increase your damage versus everything. So bowmen versus infantry, bowmen versus cavalry versus spearmen, and versus other bowmen is going to be increased by 7.5%. Other commanders like Vorian brought you to the table the exact counter of your troop type. So it's going to increase your damage against that specific troop type and not anything else. Where Cossomo is like jack of all trades, is going to be that increases the value for everything. That's why his percentage is going to be lowered by half to 7.5. As you see, Vorian is 15% on his max, but it's against only cavalry. Cossomo is going to work against everything, which in the end it brings a total value of 30% if you do it accumulatively for everything. But in the end, it's going to increase your damage against everything. That's a small rant about him. So his skills, this is going to be for the rebel leader side, training ground side. Cossomo is going to throw a norm forward, dealing 8,700 damage and afflicts 3 stacks of plague. This is similar to bleed. Cossomo damage deals enemies inflicted by plague is increased by 30%, so it's going to have you a reduction of their defense essentially and increase your damage by 30% against them. Normal attacks have a 20% probability of adding 1 layer of plague to the enemy. So for every stack, the enemy is gonna take more and more damage, and of course it's gonna have a higher damage output from the commander. Not amazing, not huge. Maybe it would be good against level 6 rebel leaders, where you have to do a lot of damage to them, but we have to see against that. So let's go, of course, to his awakening. As I said at the start of the video, his awakening brings forth something that we have not seen before, something that could actually considered as a new synergy, but of course it's also based on a synergy that we already have into the game. So when allied bowmen attack, there is a 5% chance to shoot corrosive arrows, dealing damage equivalent of 150% of the troops attacked to the target lineup, and inflicting 1 stack of corrosion. So we're gonna talk about corrosion in a bit. It's 10,000 royal bowmen or ancient bowmen, it's going to be tier 4 or tier 5 in the attacking troop, increases the chance to shoot corrosive arrows by 1%, up to 30%. That means that you need 250,000 or tier 4 or tier 5 bowmen, to get up to that 30%. So the chance is gonna go from 5% to 30%, which is actually a very good percentage. And what corrosion does, every 1 stack of corrosion reduces the target base health by 2. Stacks up to 10 times. That means 20 base health reducted. 20 base health is a lot. If you consider the enemies of the bows that you usually have, that is going to be spearmen, and this spearman formation is gonna go for weakness. As many say, if you're gonna win bows, go with spears, since the spear weakness formation is really good against them. If you go to the health of each ancient spearman for this tier 5 spearman, you're gonna see that the base health is going to be 102. If you consider that Cossomo with his 4-star ability is going to reduce 20 base health of that troop type, that means that they're going to get their health reduced by almost 20%. It's a little bit lower than, because it's 102. Yeah, you get the math. But of course, if you consider tier 4 with 85 base health, reducing 20 is gonna bring them down to 65, which is more than 20% on this occasion. So Cossomo, I think, is going to be great against spear counter, and is going to give a nice strength in the bowman department. So in terms of that, what would you use Cossomo with? So we have to check, of course, his 4-star ability and to read carefully. When allied bowmen attack, there is a 5% chance to shoot, and so on. So right at the start we see when allied bowmen attack. So what does that give us as an idea? That he's going to be paired with Kravas the best. Kravas and Curse of Wild Winds is going to have your bowmen have a 20% chance to additionally attack one time. Of course, if you consider his weapon as well, getting a higher level is going to give you a higher chance of additionally attacking. This is really good, and it's gonna help you stack more corrosion damage faster to the enemy, which of course doing 50% more damage to the enemy from the corrosion, the poison arrows, is going to be really strong. Other strong commanders that you can pair with Kravas and Cossomo, in my opinion, is going to be Kevin. Here again, Kevin used to work very good with bleed, but with the new commanders that we have, he's not that useful. Again here, when allied lineup in front row uses normal attacks, there is a 50% chance to granting a shield to allied lineup. Again here, when each allied lineup uses a normal attack, is gonna give you a small bonus. Of course, we don't have to forget about other bowman commanders that would work great with him. Melisandre is one of those. Every time you attack, allied bowmen have 50% chance to increase additional fire damage. This is my idea. I'm not sure again for 100% if Melisandre is going to work with Cossomo, because the normal attack here, if you can have both corrosive and fire damage at the same time, hopefully you can do it, because having more and more damage from your bowman is of course extraordinary. And last but not least, as you can see here, Jon Snow. I think Jon Snow is like a jack of all trades for those kinds of build, not for weakness. So here again, Jon Snow, even though he's infantry, his 4-star ability, as you're going to see, is going to specify the front row will have a special thing. So the front row is going to have 15% normal attack damage reduction, making them a bit tankier. And allied infantry and non-front row troop types, normal attack will have a 20% chance of dealing 150% critical heal for 25 seconds, which is again again, a very good increase in your overall damage output. So, in the end, what Cossomo brings to the table is something that we have not seen before, the reduction of base stats for troop types from a commander. So we have to see what other ideas the team has for Cossomo. Bows usually used to be female focused with Cersei, Dany, Layla and stuff like that. But now since Cossomo is a male character, you cannot effectively pair him with that. But I think you can also use him. For example, for Sanel, you can take Sanel out and use him in that formation. Of course, we will have to see and make a lot of battles to see exactly how useful he is. So all in all, a very good commander for bowmen. Of course, everybody's gonna be happy for bows, maybe not. But that's about it, Cossomo. We'll have to see more in the battles ahead of us. We will have to see if he's going to be used in Sow. Maybe we get his Sow skills as well. But I don't see him being very used in the AC season that we have after Sins of Winterfell. So that's pretty much about Cossomo. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next one.
And always hesitating, kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire, set my heart afire.